Hello, guys, and welcome to the last video of Unit 1, Understanding Frequencies. Now that you have checked into what the game is, how your player sort of understands its own energies or receives its own energies, we are going to get into understanding how these energies are working when you push them off on people and when people push them off on you and when these planets push us all around. With that being said, let's get to this lovely storyline. Oh, I have to push play. This is so not cool. I wanted it to be cool and just like flow. Like, is it not going to be great right now? Wow. So this was supposed to be awesome and play this automatic video for you guys. But of course, life, whatever. I'm going to keep clicking it because I'm determined. It hates me. Anyway, so the gag is these cycles for this life are set up during the first 12 years. 0 through 12 set the fundamental cycles, the fundamental spiral that you will be leveling up through the whole game. These cycles will continue to go around every 12 years where you will be tested to see whether you're ready to go up the ladder, stay at your position, or you need to be checked and dropped down a little bit. Now, with that being said, after the first 12 years, you officially enter the game. I don't know if you know anybody Jehovah's Witness, or I don't know what other religions do this, but I remember hearing a lot when I was younger, like your parents have you till you're 13 and then you're on your own. But inevitably, that's what that means. You learned everything you needed to in the first 12 years. The next couple years, you're going to be creating karma, experiences based on the character you became based upon your environment. And then after that, you're going to get a chance to see how your actions play out based upon what you learned before, so you can try to reroute that thing. And this is all during the first 3 loops. So with that being said, let's get into how these energies work. Frequency attacks. These can happen from other people and you can send them out also. This is something that you are already doing unconsciously and you have been doing it your whole life. Mental energetic weapons are through your Mercury. They come from your mind. This is you thinking bad about somebody. So like essentially the evil eye. If you have a thought or a negative thought or a positive thought, but we're talking about weapons, a negative thought, you can send a shot to somebody. You can send a wave through the matrix for them to get hurt in some way, shape, or form. Depending on what position your Mercury is in, what sign it's in, this is your mental power, your mental weapon. This also means the ability to connect dots in life to create things for yourself or build plans also. So it's a weapon of destruction and building. Next is your moon, a connection to your emotional weapons. And keep in mind, guys, these are for other people and you. We all have these parts. Your emotional weapons are feelings that you have that cause a ripple that affects other people. This is anger, sadness, happiness. You can send positive emotions as well as these negative energetic things. And keep in mind, other people are sending these as well, just based upon the energetic exchanges that you have. This is online too. Somebody can see your default, but like, I hate her, she's ugly, and then just send a wave because they're so mad and jealous, right? Physical energetic weapons is Mars. They are represented by Mars. Oh, words, right? Still learning English at 36. It seems like these human things. I just like the idea of thinking and then just everything is. Whatever. Mars is all about your actual physical power, your endurance. So when you're angry, what do? Sometimes you beat somebody's ass. Sometimes you think of a plan to attack. Sometimes you actually do attack. That is determined by your Mars, how you handle the situation and how you're going to use your power to defend yourself. Now, hidden power is the one nobody else can see. It actually lays dormant in your energetic hold where only people can sense it. They don't really see it. And this is Pluto, because why would Pluto not be hidden, baby? Pluto is the stinger. It is the scorpion. It is the snake. It is the gift that pops up behind you. It is the thing that transforms the person that you shoot it at, but also you, because you learned a powerful lesson from having to get that angry that you had to use your hidden weapon, the Pluto. Now, Each person has some modifications, some bonuses, XP points, gifts of experience that come along with your human based upon what you sort of gain for yourself from other places in the universe. Like if you lived in, let's say, the Syrian constellation, maybe you learned science and stuff. If you lived in Lyran constellation, you might have learned to be an entertainer. Either way, those add XP to your natal chart now. Magnetism is under your Venus, what your value, what energy you give off in regards to what you earn for yourself. And this actually works in a way that pulls in, I'm swaying here, pulls in your desires with your beauty, with your vibe, with your hippiness. That is your Venus gift. Luck is in the form of Jupiter. What helps you grow? But what happens is the more you grow, the more you learn, the more you expand, the more you attract because it's a bonus. Now, your special ability. This can actually be found in two areas. Your Pallas Athena, which is your unique genius. The thing that is the ping that you pick up the quickest is the way it was saying. Your Pallas Athena is actually an asteroid you can add in your chart to find out where you are extremely wired to put together details extremely fast. This is an asteroid, but asteroids are super important too. Now, I had a note here for myself about this special ability one. Yes, I keep my little notebook too. The special ability one, because it is a bit of a catch-22 type thing. So Neptune, there we go. Neptune is your water gift, the thing that connects you to the higher ups, the place where you're in your chart you receive your higher selves messages, the connection to your intuition, if you will. Neptune is the power of water and where your frequency will let you know things you're not even supposed to know in this body through the coding of the matrix. In the event that you misuse your powers against other people or they misuse them against you, Saturn is right there as a checkpoint. Saturn is all about getting that ass in order. Saturn comes around at 28 and 58 or 64, something like Jeepers Creepers, or even it, if you will. Saturn is the checkpoint that is the tester. It sees if you have made any progress. Have you learned your lessons? Are you even freaking trying? And then Saturn gives you a chance to make it better by pushing you into doing those things, even if you don't want to. But if you still resist Saturn, who is the coach of this game, also known as Yaldabaoth, the demiurge, the great archon that is now sort of hijacking the Earth School and keeping us here on difficult mode playing his game, will boot you if you are not playing fairly amongst the other players, and then you'll have to come back with loaded karma in the next round. From there, we get to my favorite part, nemesis coding. There are enemies in your game designed to push you to your limits, to take you to your peaks, to trip you up so that you have to rise again. You can find out more about these enemies, whether they be hidden or in the open. I had to think about how to say that. By checking your natal chart. The 6th house is the house of open enemies. People that you hate off top, or they hate you off top. You don't even have to know the reason. They're just on site. We don't like each other. That person don't like me. I don't like them. That's how this has got to work. The 12th house is the house of hidden enemies. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at your chart, look at the cusp of your 6th house. Or just look over your 6th house in general. What are the energies? What are the signs there? Look at your 12th house. What are the signs on that side too? Typically, when you see somebody who has their sun, moon, or rising, or any of their personal planets in one of these houses, they have the potential to have the nemesis coding depending on if they're a high person, meaning they're a happy person, or a low person, meaning they're a miserable person. If they're a miserable person, chances are their nemesis coding is going to kick in if you're in a good space. There are times that you can nemesis the fuck up and you guys trauma bond the fuck away into some sort of terrible toxic pair. But in most cases, what's going to happen is you're going to be here. Your nemesis is going to try you. You are going to defeat them in jet off into space. There are also times when you are coded to be the nemesis in somebody's life. And what's going to happen is their light is going to ping you and you are going to realize, oh my goodness, I need to fix this. I am a piece of shit. And then that'll happen. Once again, if there are too many times where you interact with your nemesis or you are the nemesis and you do not overcome or learn the mission, Saturn will be right there to guide you out of the fucking game. So also I want to make a little note. Check the 7th house because that sign is the key to finding out what your shadow self is, the complete opposite of yourself, the part of yourself that you refuse to see in the mirror, which can also show you an area where you feel like people are potential enemies because they're reflecting parts of you that you really do not want to connect with. Nemesis coding, yourself can be one too. So guys, we have come to the end of the road for Unit 1. We have covered this first week and we have a lot of details. You actually have the next 7 days for you guys to do all of the exercises here and actually do this main one in connection to everything else you just learned today. This is recognizing patterns. So you know that 333, 11, 11, 11, 40, 44, whatever the case, that number thing that happens with everything here. That is the way that your guides speak to you. That is the way that your angels connect to you. Deja vu. If you're watching a movie and you feel like, hey, this seems familiar. If you see a meme and you're like, that's totally talking to me. Those are synchronicities. Those are patterns. They're little trinkets along the way, little bonuses that let you know that you are going the right way on your map as you take sort of this mystery thing. Because the thing is, you set all of this shit up, but you don't remember why you did. And kind of like the Oracle said, you're here to find out why you chose to do this in the first place. So with all that being said, this week's main lesson, main exercise is recognize patterns. Take everything you learned about your character and think about, how have I been connecting with my enemies? What friends have I been attracting? What signs connect to what areas in my chart? Explore yourself, explore your human design, and recognize the patterns that are showing up on the way. This is going to be the root for the rest of this 4 weeks. Thank you guys.